Welcome back to another episode of Queens Behind the Scenes, where we empower women to lead, transform, and shine. um, right now, today, we got a guest here. I am so excited to have my guest, Denise Marcia. We're going to talk all about image. She is a etiquette coach and an image coach and consultant.
I am.
Yep. And we're going to talk all about that. So welcome to Queens Behind the Scenes. Put your crown on.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So in her work, she coaches on etiquette and image. And I had a show a while ago, and the show was about, your personal brand. And so this is very additive to that conversation around personal branding. So start by telling us your journey, because I've heard it and I think it's interesting. And I think the people that listen will think it's interesting.
You were so quiet. Thank you so much, Charise. I told you that it's a very long journey. It's all eclectic, right? So I was born in New York. Yeah, I told you everything.
You did.
Yeah, born and raised in New York. I went to Howard University, got a degree in theater, took the degree to Hollywood. And so I tried to get work, and I did, fortunately, in theater. Actually, I didn't get theater until like later. I only stayed in the industry about 5 years because I didn't like the business of show business, and you don't really figure it out until you're a couple of years in.
In it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in there a couple of years, and fortunately, I was able to get my SAG card, AFTER card, and equity card.
Oh,
because you have to do professional work. It's very catchy.
And so there's also these like unions. And stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that world. So what is the business of it that you didn't like? Because I want to understand that.
Getting the work.
The getting the work.
The getting the work part. And see, that was a thing. Howard University taught me what to do. Once
Yeah.
I got the job, is my daughter. It's you.
It's me. I'm middle-aged, so all I do is like sweat underneath my nose now. I'm like, oh, okay.
But I do too.
It's me. This was all me. All me.
So, but Howard University, and I love, that's my alma mater. I mean, I love the
real HU.
The real HU.
Yes. No.
Yes. But they didn't teach me the business. And of course, that was 1,000 years ago. This is back, I graduated in 74.
Okay.
So it was a long time ago. Now they are teaching the business of show business. Yeah. And that is all of the pieces that you need in order to get started in the industry.
Yeah.
And it was everything from, you need a picture, you need professional shots, you need a manager, how do you get a manager, all these different kinds of things. You want to do professional work, but how do you get professional work? All of those kinds of things I was not taught.
Yeah.
So I learned sort of kind of the hard way, and who I knew.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I did know someone. She was my cousin at the time, and she had preceded me in acting. So she sort of kind of showed me the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
But I pitied the fools who did not have that.
They didn't have an end.
They had no end.
Yeah.
So fortunately, her manager sent me on a look-see audition just to see what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And I landed it. I landed the commercial. It was a commercial. And so from there, the manager said, okay, yeah, I'll sign her, because she just landed, a regional commercial. And so that is basically how I got started. And it was wonderful, actually. But let's see, the last thing I did was theater. It was the show called For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Was Enough. Now, it was a Tony Award-winning play back in the 70s, and it went on tour. So there were several casts that went on tour. I picked it up in LA.
Okay.
And we ended up going on tour, ending in London. And it wasn't a good time to be out of the country. It wasn't a good time to be a woman. And it wasn't a good time to be black.
Okay, so it was all bad. It was all bad.
So, I mean.
So was this the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just 79.
Okay.
Actually, yes. And so that's when I realized, you know what? I don't like this.
I don't really like this. Yeah.
Yes. And I just said, you know what? When I get back to the States, I think I'm going to be out. And what was that defining moment was when I went back to my manager. And I said, okay, well, we finished the tour. What's next? She said, well, you're going to have to pound the pavement again.
Oh.
Meaning I had to go through all the audition processes. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't do all that. So just never mind.
Because that seems like a lot. I mean, I just see that like people say the lines are out of the door when people are auditioning. And I've got to say, like, my personality always sounds like, oh, when I was younger, you should be in blah, blah, blah. But I knew that that's not, because that work looks like hard work.
Getting the job is hard work. But once you have, once you understand the crap, once you do the crap, I love it. story loves me.
And she does. Okay, go sit. Come on.
I love it. You are so sweet. Tell me your story.
I know, right? So basically, stop, Avery. So basically, you the work you liked Hollywood, you liked doing Hollywood work. You just did not like the getting the work.
The getting the work part. And it was really pretty decadent. It could have been very, very decadent. I mean, there was things that you had to well, see, you probably know all about it. The whole what you would probably know is like the Bill Cosby kinds of things that happen. You know what happened to him.
I mean, yeah.
All of that was going on back then.
So you were in that. So okay. So hence the not a good time to be a woman.
Yes, and I didn't know him at the time, but I understood what those ladies were going through. I understood everything that they were talking about and the necessities and what they did. And the bottom line was they were just trying to get work.
Yeah.
And he just turned it in. Well, that's a whole nother story.
That's the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. That's a whole other thing. That's a whole other.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got out of the industry. But when you're an actor, you never work all the time.
So but you make up for it because they pay well.
Yes.
Okay.
It does pay well once you're working, in a professional capacity. But for me, once I said I'm not going to be doing the hard work anymore, going to auditions and things. For me, I was working in restaurants.
Okay.
And so I started doing everything in hospitality. I love the whole customer service piece, and I really knew how to handle myself with customer service. I did a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Okay.
In the restaurant business. So when I got out of the industry, that's what I jumped back into. I was working in restaurants.
Hospitality.
Yes, hospitality. And from there, I got another opportunity for a hotel, being an executive concierge. And I was able to start touring people. And like that, I came I got a job actually from working in this restaurant that actually moved me from the entertainment industry of theater and movies and television to the recording industry. And so now I was working for a Christian recording company, and I was an AR director for a large record company. And it was for Black gospel. Well, I'm loving this because
I mean, that's awesome.
yeah. So A&R is the person who has to find talent, develop talent, put them on, get them under contract. So I did that for a while, and I loved it. But what I found out was the people that I was trying to sign didn't have the savvy. When I want to say savvy, I had to answer to my superiors with, yes, I found this wonderful talent. They said, okay, well, we're going to give you a $45,000 budget for this talent to begin its work. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to give this amount of money to this person. Why? Because they're not making me feel like
comfortable,
I can handle it well.
Yeah.
Yes. And the reason was when we sat down to talk, they did not know how to look in my eye. They did not know how to basically introduce themselves and talk
and interact.
Yeah.
Interaction.
So that was my issue.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what put me on this whole track.
Okay.
And you know what? I can teach this. Especially to our singers who want to perform on stage. Because when you get on stage, there's certain dynamics that you have to.
Oh yeah, I mean, even
you know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that. So for me, even this being on camera, this kind of thing is hard. Like, so I do know just that little bit about it, and I know that I had. Today, I'm working with someone who was like, "Your lighting, you gotta fix your lighting, or you're this, or you're that," and it's so. But also, it is hard. I mean, we had this conversation before we start recording. I'm like, "Okay, the camera's here, and then this is there," and so I'm sure that that feeds into the things that you, and then being able to talk to people. I mean, you have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to introduce yourself. You have to be able to have, like that 30-second or minute elevator. Yeah.
But basically, it's just how do you connect?
How are you connecting?
You just have to connect. Yeah. And how do you do that? Because you don't connect to everyone.
Right.
I mean, if I wanted to meet you, like all of a sudden, and I saw you working, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's wonderful. I do want to meet her. And I would, after one of your tapings, I would go up to you and I would probably compliment you first. Girl, you are wonderful. And that would get your attention.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, really. So
tell me more.
Yeah. enough about me. Tell me about me.
Yeah,
Tell me
right.
more
Yeah.
about me. But yeah, so I would, I would do that by engaging you, giving you the compliment, and just saying, tell me a little bit about what you do, and leaning in.
Leaning in, being
You see?
interested.
And yeah,
Being interested.
yeah.
So I have a question because I know a lot of people in this space, executive women in
Mhm.
leadership. Why is etiquette so vital for women in leadership? Because it is. I One of the things that I struggled with as a young professional in leadership
Mhm.
was the lunches and eating and the lunches. And so one of those things that I thought, so we know that you should not be grabbing no ribs if you're going out to lunch.
Some people don't know that, but go ahead.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So exactly. So why? So be showing up as an executive, a woman, say not even at the executive level yet, say professional, and you're at a professional luncheon. Like, what are some of those things that you tell women to kind of focus on and build or where to lean in?
Yeah. The first thing is to understand what your position is. If you are a guest or if you're the one hosting the lunch. So if you're in a restaurant, right, the host has already presented you with the opportunity to come, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to always be on time, if not 5 minutes early. And then you wait, and you do not order any food until the host arrives. So there's this back and forth that you have to know as a professional, which is a little different from social dining. And that's one of the things that I talk about in business, in business dining versus,
Personal, yeah, your
yeah,
personal social
social.
guide
Yes.
because it is
Yes.
very
Oh,
different.
it's so different. Yeah. Cause I mean, if it was just, a bunch of us just meeting, if I got there before you,
You might get a drink.
I'm gonna get a little cocktail. Maybe I might order an appetizer
Yeah.
and just go ahead and wait, and go through my phone and like that. You don't do that in business.
Okay.
You have to know what your position is.
Okay.
So if you are a guest, you also have to know where to sit.
Yeah.
And that is wait until the host lets you know where they want you to sit. So you come in and you greet the host. Oh, this is great to be here. Whatever whoever is hosting it is the
It's
person who
interesting.
has, yeah.
I mean, because I don't even think I know some of this stuff.
Well, a
Not
lot of people don't.
Yeah, like I mean, I know the difference in like social dining and professional dining is different. So, and I'm going to get to the social part because that's another one I think is important, but the business one is really important because I didn't know that you wait to sit down until the host because I'm usually like my feet hurt, I'm sitting down.
Yes. Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, okay, it depends on how savvy your host is.
Yes.
Because if they're not, aware of these different protocols and things, they're like,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
it's not a problem. Just go ahead and sit down. But
Sharice,
you
why are you
should.
still standing?
I know why. Why you still there?
And then I'm like, well, they don't know either. Right.
That's the thing.
They don't know
But
either.
but you want to know. You want to know, and then you just feel it out. The best thing is to know and not have to do. Do you see what I mean? You can come into the situation, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to wait until, she tells me where to sit, but they're not telling me where to sit. So I'll just sit. So where would you sit?
I usually probably would pick a seat at the end of the table, not the host end, but like beside the host, like a if it's a headed table, not a round table. So say it's a rectangular table, I would probably either sit like the closest to where I'm standing, as long as it's not either end. I never even sit at the either end at my own house.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I don't. I usually save that seat for my husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that's I mean, I'm
It
sure
is.
it's like a
It is, and that's what you do for the host.
okay.
So it
Okay.
sits at the head. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. The guest of honor typically sits at the right hand of the host. Whoever the guest of honor is, or the most important person at
The dinner,
at the
making the
dinner.
decision maker, whoever it is.
Yes. But if
Okay.
it's just, a bunch of us are coming together, but you're all in the same company, it's the same business and you all are just coming
Yeah.
together, you would probably either take that right seat.
That's what I do now.
Yeah. Or the left seat next to the host.
Okay.
There you are in eye shot of him or her.
Mhm.
And you can have when you have the close proximity, you usually have the most uh attachment. That's not the word. You know what I'm talking about. You have the most opportunity
Yeah, to have that
engage.
proximity because you're proximity to power.
Thank you.
Right.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So you are proximate to the power dynamic of the table.
Yes, yes. Same thing in a conference. If you're at a conference table, the same thing. If you can sit on opposite sides
Yeah.
of the host, that's the best seat to take.
Okay, so that makes sense. So say you're at the dinner. Okay,
Okay.
so we're starting at dinners.
We're at
Okay,
dinners.
start
Okay.
starting at dinners. Okay, so you're at the dinner. You wait. The host gets there.
Yeah.
The guest of honor, sits at the right. Who sits at the left? Anybody
Well, yeah, whoever he or she
tells to sit there, and then everybody else sits.
just sits. Yeah.
Okay, so we're having the dinner. So cocktails. Cocktails or no cocktails for corporate or business dinners.
For lunch, no.
Okay, not in the U.S., but Europe, yes.
Oh yeah.
all day.
Time.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was like.
Different.
They kept having it when I was in Spain. Every single time we would go to lunch, and it was at the same hotel. They would have lunch. They would have cocktails and wine.
Yeah,
and I would always just have a Diet Coke or water because number one, the time difference had me fighting for my life. I was like, if I drink this, I'm gonna be knocked out for the rest of the day and tomorrow. But I just was like, is that okay? Is that because we were coming to Barcelona, but some people were US, some people were Barcelona, some people were coming from Thailand. So it was a multicultural group.
Wow.
So it was hard for me to gauge the dynamic of, well, what do you do? Do you have the wine because that's where you are? Or do you house rules or not?
Yeah. Now again, you have to be aware who is hosting it. Because if the host is saying, I have this cream of wine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're not drinking it.
Yes. You can actually receive the wine so that you're not offensive. So you can receive the wine, and there's a little way that you can just lift it to your lips without sipping it.
Right.
But what you're doing is you're
engaging.
You're engaging, yes, and you're honoring. And it's, it works that way. But like you said, I probably wouldn't have drunk it, but I would have probably lifted it to my lips.
I was so exhausted.
Thank you.
Are you guys crazy? You're drinking? We're drinking?
Yeah. There, Italy, same thing.
Same thing, but in the US, probably no lunch.
Not for lunch.
Okay.
Not for lunch. Not in a business situation. Now, of course, the host may say, get yourself a glass of something. I'm going to have something. And then you're like, well, okay. Again, it depends on why you're at this luncheon.
Okay.
So, if you're interviewing for a job, definitely no.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely not.
Definitely not. It depends. Again, it depends. What are we doing? Are we discussing something that we just couldn't discuss at the office? What are we doing here?
Right. Or is this a dinner out? If it is, and they're getting wine, so cocktail.
Yeah.
Or wine.
Yeah.
So cocktail, and I want to dig deeper in this cocktail. So, one of my tricks is if I don't want to have a cocktail, I'll just ask for Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a drink. I'm just like,
can I lemonade iced tea?
I'm like, can I have an Arnold
Palmer, please?
Please. Because if I don't feel like drinking, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
Like if it's a situation where they are like people are having cocktails, I will get an Arnold Palmer.
Okay. You can do that. Don't ask for a Shirley Temple.
Okay, that's the other thing. That's my 13-year-old says that. So yeah, no, we're not getting Shirley Temples at no.
Yeah,
let's
not do that. Iced tea is fine. Now it's okay to order non-alcoholic drinks.
Mocktails.
Yes, it's okay now. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it's like no.
You wouldn't even order a mocktail.
Wow.
But
I would probably order what you can do. Instead of a mocktail, just order some club soda and squeeze a lime in there, and don't use the straw.
Okay.
And it looks like you're drinking it
a cocktail.
Well, yeah, it's like a vodka tonic.
Yeah, vodka tonic. One of my favorite drinks. Yes.
Yeah. But but you're still not drinking. What should you not?
Okay.
Anything that is messy.
Ribs, chicken wings.
Come on.
All my favorite foods.
Yes. Pizza.
I wouldn't order pizza at work or that anyway. I like that.
Yeah.
Stuff. Even though they be trying to give you pizza as a reward. Like, I don't try to eat it.
But if you have pizza, you
cut it.
Use your utensils. Yeah,
okay.
Yes. And you have to know how to use utensils correctly too. So we talk about that.
And we're gonna get to that.
Okay, yeah. But French onion soup.
That's messy?
Yeah. Because it's covered with that mozzarella cheese.
Or like Gruyere and like
yes.
And then trying to get that bread. Yeah.
Because you have to work at it. So
yeah.
you don't want to have to get anything that you have to work at. Corn on the cob, no. Peas I probably wouldn't either because you sort of kind of have
and they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So things hamburgers, no, because anything that you have to use your
handhelds and it's coming out on the sides.
It's too much work.
It's work and it's also just messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I say when I do business dining sessions is if you're giving to a large appetite, especially if you're going to a banquet
Yes.
situation, right? And it's a business banquet.
Right.
So if you're going to a business banquet and you're given to a large appetite and you're starving, eat before you come.
That's it. I eat before I go everywhere anyway. My mom just taught me that a long time ago because I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna pop up to.
Exactly.
Like,
Don't.
you don't know what you can pop
Don't.
up to.
And you want to be able to be polite throughout the whole thing, but you don't want to be ravenous either. I mean, it's like, could you please pass the bread? Well, we haven't even discussed why we're here.
Right. I'm starving.
Starving.
Okay, I need some bread, something. Y'all will give me something. I'm not going to starve to hear what you got to say. So
Yeah.
you shouldn't have some of those things. Okay.
Mhm.
So
So it's difficult to eat foods. Spaghetti is another.
yeah, it's
It's
messy.
difficult to eat food. Anything that's messy.
But you're not, but not just like salad. You don't have to. You could get a steak,
You can get a steak,
chicken,
Mhm.
any solid
Anything that
meat.
yes, anything that you can cut. You can cut that. You get a piece of chicken that has the bone in it. A lot of people think they can pick up a chicken leg and
Yeah, you
with the
can't do
bone.
that.
No, you don't do that in business.
Yeah, you said no. You don't do that.
Not in business. Social dining is a whole nother.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, you have to know how to use your utensils and engage while you're having the meal. So when do you actually take your bite? It's not when a question is about to be asked of you. You
Right.
see, so there's a
So
timing situation.
gauging.
Yes, there's a timing situation that and again, it depends on why you're there. I talk to students primarily, and they're at this luncheon interview, and so it's a little different from
You already got
professionals
the
who are over
job.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you already got the job. Yeah, that is different.
Mhm.
So what about the utensils? You just said something else. So what's the proper use? I need to because I don't ever. They're always. So what I will say, I don't. I'm not good at this. I'm not. I'm like
I love this so much. Come on, girl, tell me more about yourself.
So
Yeah.
the utensils because they're always like 25. So and I know how to eat from the outside in.
There it
Yeah,
is.
outside in, right?
Yeah.
So that's the right way, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
outside in.
Yes. Yes.
So your salad fork's gonna be on the very outside,
That's it.
right?
That's it.
And your soup fork's gonna be on the very
Your
outside.
soup spoon, yes.
Soup spoon, that's what I mean. Yes,
Uh-huh.
soup fork. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So those are on the outsides,
Yeah.
right? And then you work in.
Yes.
So salad, what's next?
Yeah, it depends on
What you have.
how many courses you're having.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So your soup, and then you would move into the entree typically.
Mhm.
And it just goes in. If you have the salad fork, you also have a salad knife. So those are the
That's why I'm always like, why is this extra?
see, you know now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So salad knife. Okay.
Mhm.
Salad knife, salad fork
And you allow them both to be taken away
with your salad plate.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So whenever you go, and I've been to wonderful venues, and I've had the caterer say, would you hold on to hey that's
She's
because
guessed.
Avery loves me.
She does. She does.
You know, so I've had the caterer say, would you hold on to your fork? And I'm like, no, I'd like a new fork. I'd
Mhm.
like a new knife.
So yeah, somebody got mad at me. A actual person. Avery said, "I'm a queen behind the scenes."
I love she is.
Go set things. I actually had that happen to me at a restaurant like literally 2 weeks ago. I had a person say to me, a waiter said to me, "I'm sorry, can you please keep your fork?" And I was like, "No, I don't want that. I want a new fork."
I mean, yeah. And you
Like,
get
I
it right.
feel like I should have my new fork that I
Absolutely.
asked for.
Absolutely.
And that's the etiquette. Wait, so they just didn't want to wash the dish. They did.
Do what?
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
I always make the because I'm not standing there. I'm not going to hold until the next course. I'm not holding my utensils. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm
doing
not
that.
doing that. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So we have that. So now when it comes to now we're eating dessert or no dessert depends on the host.
Mhm.
Okay.
Depends on the host. Because when the host is doing a business meal, it's typically timed. Whatever the timing is,
Mhm.
they come in, they're welcoming you. There's particular people that he or she wants to engage in this social slash business event.
Mhm.
But it's something that we have to recognize as it's his time, her time, as the host. It's the host's time.
Yeah.
And so we just wait and see what the host One of the things you have to keep in mind is how the host eats. If the host is a fast eater, you should
Pick up
keep
space.
up. Yeah.
But like not make yourself sick.
Not make sure you'll sit, but do know that when the host is done, so are you.
Oh, so when they're forks down, you're forks down.
Yes, when they are done and they rest their utensils, if they know how to rest their utensils correctly, and which lets the server know, yeah, pick them up. I'm done
So
with
how do
this.
you rest your utensils? I need to know this. I'm going out to dinner tonight.
Mhm.
How do you rest your utensils?
Um, you rest them parallel.
Oh, okay.
Parallel and on an angle. And the reason is when you have a plate and you rest
This
them
is
on
the
an angle,
plate.
so like 10, yeah, like 10 and
Okay.
right here, right?
Okay.
It's for the server when the
To
server
know, hey,
comes.
she's done.
She's done. Yes, not only that, the server comes on the right. They serve from the left, they pick up on the right, and they're able to put their thumb on the utensils along with the plate
So they
and
can just
pick
pick
it up
up.
easily.
Okay.
Yes. But saying all that to say, the host will let you know by the way he or she has finished. I mean, he just dots his mouth and
Right.
he's like, okay, he's ready to move on to business because you typically do not talk business while you're eating. So you have you have the meal and then he's ready, she's ready to move on to the business conversation. So that's why you're done.
Okay. So you're
But you
done.
haven't finished.
But you haven't finished. So what do
It
you do?
doesn't matter. You're
Okay,
done.
you're done. Okay. All right. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So, okay. So to wrap up the dining portion now, I know this is so for business settings, who pays?
Business settings, the person who
The
invites
host.
pays
Okay.
The host pays everything.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, even if you use the coat check,
Uh-huh.
the host pays your coach check. Your
Okay.
coat check.
This
Valet,
is good to know for
host pays.
hosting.
Yes, you're supposed to pay the valet, the guest valet.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Okay.
if you have invited guests, you are the host, which means you pick up all of anything that is a
Wow.
charge to is charged to the host, the evening or the lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, wrapping up that segment. So this is good. This is good. So walk us through the most common etiquette pitfalls at networking events and conferences.
The pitfall,
Yes.
not coming with an intention.
Okay.
Not coming to the network event with an intention. You always want to know, why am I here?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you can engage in a way that is engaging.
Yeah.
So you enter the room, and that's the other thing. We don't really know how to enter. Well, I have found that a lot of us don't know how to enter a room, and
I do.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Well, maybe not quite.
Like this. I can't sing like this.
No, not like that.
Okay.
But this
Present.
yes, presence, bringing your presence, and it typically starts at the reception desk. Where you have to pick up the
Yeah.
name
Yeah.
tag. That's a great place just to begin. Hi, how are you? To the reception person. And they say, my name tag is here. Yes, here it is. Well, thank you. And you know that you put your name tag on the right shoulder. You do know that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I do know that
Okay,
one.
you do know that. Everybody should know that.
But right, yeah.
The
Right
right
here.
shoulder, not on the breast, but
Like up
between
here,
the
yeah. The
shoulder
shoulder bone and the breast.
and
Yes.
and the underarm.
On the underarm, yeah.
Yeah.
Here.
So if you put and the reason is
Oh,
that's
because you don't.
reason.
Oh,
When you shake hands, the eye typically goes up
okay.
to the name. You're shaking hands and you're
Oh
introducing
my God, that's
yourself.
so cool. That's so amazing. I did not know this.
See, that's wonderful. So
So having intention.
yeah. So you have an intention when you're going in. Bring your presence. Bring
Okay.
your presence. Look around the room. Take in the room first. Take in the room, and then find someone. You might see someone who's standing by themselves.
Yeah.
That's a great person to go to.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone who's standing because they're looking for somebody to talk.
They need a person.
Yeah, they need a so
They need a
somebody
person.
who's either talking, who's standing by themselves, or somebody who, if they're in a group of three,
Yes.
a group of two, and they're engaging with one another, I probably wouldn't approach them.
Well, it doesn't look as welcoming either.
No, but three people, somebody is not in the conversation like that. So it's a little easier for you to do that. But I would probably, first thing is look for the host who
Okay.
invited me to
This event.
this event. So I can say, oh, this is fabulous. This is great. And don't bring any bad, when I say that, parking was horrible. it coming to the
So like negative,
traffic,
yeah.
and
Like
yeah.
so now here you're coming with your story of Debbie Downerness.
Yes. Ever bring that, because what it does is it sets you up for, okay, this person is nothing but negative, and
Yeah,
I don't really want to engage with them.
yeah.
So leave all of those kinds of things on the back. Take a deep breath, go in, keep that smile up, be ready to find out why you're not only find out why you're here, but be that person you're looking for, whatever it is that you're there
Well,
for.
your intention, yeah, your
Your
intention.
intention is, yeah.
Okay.
And to meet people,
Meet
you know,
people.
to meet people, shake hands and engage other people. It's not just what do you do?
Oh yeah,
That is
that's like,
just
and I don't even like that question because it can there has systemic like negative connotations. So what do you do? Like, you know,
yeah.
I
Let,
think there's more to like we could get a little deeper than what do you
what do
do?
you do? Yeah, it's like I would probably compliment. Wow, I love your hair.
I love a
A
compliment. Like I
compliment
love
is
to do a
always
compliment too.
first.
Oh,
Yes.
you look so I love that necklace.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. So your earrings are fabulous. Or a gentleman, the tie. Your tie is working.
I'm
You know,
she said your tie is working. Okay.
you know, your tie is really cool. You know,
Yeah.
or something that breaks that very, very sort of hardness of
Yeah,
trying to
you
meet
get in there and
somebody.
you're yeah, it's and being an adult, it is so hard to meet people when you're an adult. Well, because we're not like kids organically meet people at
They
school.
do.
They meet people at sports. I will say when I met a lot of my friends when my kids were in sports. But
Oh,
when they stopped being in their activities, you don't meet people as organically as before.
mm-hmm.
So I find that you're right. You have to have intention. I think that that is right. Like there's not just the what do you do? There needs to be a little bit of a deeper conversation.
Sure, sure. Stand at the bar. Best place to stand is at the bar. I typically do not sit.
Sit at the bar.
Oh, I don't sit anywhere
Oh,
in
you
a
don't.
networking
And
event.
okay, so you moving.
I have to move. I
You're
have to move. I want to engage. I want to see. I want to know what's there, because that's how you network. You work the room, go around
I love
the
it.
room.
I
Yeah.
So, how do we reconcile being polished and still staying authentic? Can you give me an example of that? Because a lot of time people think that polish takes away from the authenticity, and I don't think that's true. But
It's not.
okay,
It's not, because here's the thing. I'm from the Bronx in New York.
in New York,
And see, yeah. So, you know, again, it depends on who I am talking to. If I'm talking to the mayor, then of course I'm going to be a bit more polished than if I'm chatting with you.
yes,
You see what I mean? So, yeah, you have to know when to step into being polished, and you're still authentic.
yeah,
This is definitely who I am. I'm just not giving you this,
yeah,
you know, which is what I can give you too if I need
needs
to
to
give
do
you
that.
that, if I
Yeah,
need to do that. But yeah, so it's knowing who you're talking to,
yeah,
where you are, and what you're trying to get out of meeting this person. You
I
know,
love that.
without being
Yeah,
fake.
without being fake. One of the things that I struggle with, and I wanted to ask about this, is like, how do you gracefully exit a conversation? Because
Oh,
sometimes I'm like, well, it was great seeing
yeah,
you.
and it's okay.
I don't have anything else to say.
Best thing to do is to have that final word and then say, you know what, we're having that final word. We're talking about how wonderful this event was. Oh, I can't believe I just met Oprah Winfrey here. This
Yes.
was just a great thing. But listen, I'm going to talk to you in a moment, okay? I'm going to step over here and see who else I can meet, okay? Talk to you later.
Oh, that
So
was so
see what I
cute.
did? Yes.
That was cute. And it was like nice. It wasn't like because I'm always like, catch like or I'm like, how do I get out
Out
of
of
this?
it. Yeah. You have to be the one that has the last sentence. And then you say, listen, I gotta run, you know, or listen, I gotta go powder my nose. Listen,
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'd
know.
water.
Walk.
Yeah, I'd walk. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so this is called flat frame.
Oh, Jesus.
I oh, all right. Do some real life area. And then after that, we ran